Hello everybody and welcome to this week in Ore Collection. My name is Scarface King and oh boy, we've got another event announced. Honestly, pretty much as expected for this event. But you know, we'll still go through all the news, we'll still go through everything that needs to be said. So, a batch of new units was announced not that long ago, maybe like a week ago. And we got 3 characters from Dragon Quest Dai's Great Adventure, which are Dai, Pop, and I think it's Mom. It's written as Mom, so I'm going with Mom. I don't know if it's Mom or Ma'am or Madam, but we're going with Mom for now because, I don't know. Question to people that actually pay attention, if somebody does want to comment, what should I call this in the database? Should I just call it Dragon Quest, or should I call it Dragon Quest Dai no Daiboken, or should I call it Dragon Quest Dai's Great Adventure, or just Dragon Quest? I'm still undecided, and you know, I've stopped trying to do exactly what they do, because if I do exactly what they do, it'll just be stupid. And how am I going to explain what I mean there? Well, it's quite simple, and we'll get to that when we get to that character. Next question up from the series Outer Zone is Misery. I'm not familiar with the series, but you're going to see the artwork in just a sec. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Below that, a character that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, Guido Mister from Part 5 Golden Wind of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, my problem with this unit, and a problem that I think it's kind of 50-50 on. So look, okay. My problem is that as far as medals and effects in game, Giorno Giovanna is considered to be a 1990s unit. So if you try and use a passive or a skill or whatever that boosts 1980s units, it won't work on him. But he shows up as a 1980s character in the log. So I didn't really know what to think about that, and now they've released Guido Mister and they've officially said that he is a 1980s unit. But he's from the same part of JoJo as Giorno, so is he affected by passives that work on 1980s characters? I just don't know. I have to test it when he comes to the game if I can fucking pull him. So that's great. Little spoiler there, he is going to be on the banner. And down here we have Killua Zoldyck from Hunter x Hunter, which at this point you will all know is part of the Killua Zoldyck training campaign. If you want to know more information about that, I have the link in the description. That's not going to be the subject of today's video, but Killua for free. Make sure you do the missions every day so you can get him up to victory. As far as free units go, he's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad. So, moving on. Those characters you've seen just there, we know what all of them are except one. And I say that because officially it hasn't been announced, but realistically, Mom has not been announced in the Gacha and she's not been announced in the event, which means there is a very high chance that Mom will be the next Legend Arena unit after Fugen Shinjin rotates out, which is fine. I got a copy of Fugen Shinjin on both accounts, so I'm perfectly content for the new season to come along, Season 6. And maybe she'll be good, who knows. Let's talk about the Gacha first, because that's the thing people care about. Dai is the Jump Awaken unit, or the Jump unit for this event. He is Heart. I'm not going to say anything definitive here. But there's some weird wording on, I can't remember if it's one of his passives or one of his skills. I think it's skill free. Which I don't know if I've mistranslated it, or if I'm just dumb, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be suggesting that maybe he's not going to always be yellow, and that maybe he'll be another type at some point. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that, because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, you know, it must be. He's definitely good. No, I don't know. I don't know. It just seemed like a really... So, like, the detail, I think it's skill-free. I'll get it up on my other monitor so I can say specifically what I'm talking about here. His skill-free says, boost the damage dealt of units the same type as this unit. But every other time we've had something like that in the game, it's just said boost the, like whatever, boost the damage dealt of heart units because he's heart. So it's weird to me that they didn't specifically say heart and they said that are the same type. So unless there's something I'm misunderstanding there, which, let's be honest, very, very possible. Very, very possible. Unless there's something I'm misunderstanding there. Maybe change, maybe? I don't want to say anything for sure. But anyway, he does jump awaken. We have him getting the dragon crest on his hand. I haven't watched the series, so don't be too hard on me for not knowing anything about Dragon Quest. As a unit, realistically, he is top tier. I think he has the potential to be one of the best units in the game, much like Lee is one of the best units in the game. And so it's very tricky to say for sure how he's going to fit in, where he's going to fit in each person's team, because it's getting to the point where it's hard to figure out who to put in a team. If you have all the optimal units and they're all like hypothetically max overboost, who do you favour to go into the team? It's tricky, but this guy does a considerable amount of damage. He, I believe, rolls forwards Goku's cooldowns by a bit, boosts Goku's attack by a bit, and rolls forward his own cooldowns and does not only like good percentages of damage on relatively decent cooldowns, but his stats, they're not on this page, they're on the other page, and I'll show it to you in just a sec. His stats are pretty damn good, so it's, oh, I don't know. He's top tier. Let's just put it that way. In my opinion, he is top tier. So moving on, Guido Mister. I think in general he is okay, but I think potentially in the future for a raid that like an orange raid, like a physical raid, he's gonna be pretty legitimate. Just because of his skill 3, which is on a 50-turn cooldown, so it's quite long. It boosts this unit's damage dealt by an extreme amount for 3 turns, and boosts his number of normal attacks by +2 for 3 turns. So, pretty damn good in my opinion. And in general, I don't think his skill set is particularly conducive to Legend Arena. So, do with that information what you will. But, moving on to the final unit of this gacha, we have Misery from Outer Zone. I think that's quite good art. Not much else to say there. As a unit, I think she, I don't know. Again, she looks angled towards something very specific that doesn't exist in the game yet. In the instance of Mister, he looks angled very specifically towards a physical raid. And in the case of Misery, she looks specifically angled towards a raid that is monster type, or sorry, yokai type. The confusion there is the type officially was monster, but I mistranslated a while back and I'm too lazy to change it. I mean, technically yokai and monster are kind of the same thing, but it's just like, guys, come on. Also, one thing I forgot to add, Fugen Shinjin, his skill 3, it reduces his HP to... I updated this on the database, but I didn't say it in the original video, I don't think, because I wasn't 100% sure. His skill reduces him to 1 HP the following turn. So that skill is... I mean, make of that skill what you will. I personally, not a big fan. In general, I think Misery has the potential to be something, somewhere. I don't know. It depends. Right now, the fear status debuff isn't widely used, so I don't know what to tell you. But moving on, that's the last of the gacha. That's everything covered. My quick opinions on each unit. Misery, she's okay. She's not great. She's okay. Her artwork's very nice though. The same can be said for Mister. You know, he's okay, not great. And Dai is amazing, and potentially one of the best units in the game. So, moving on, Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to say about Dai, we don't know his characteristics yet, so I'm not willing to say for sure if I think he's the best unit in the game, because if he has certain characteristics, maybe not. But yeah, here we go. The event, which is obviously Dragon Quest themed. Again, I know very little to nothing about this series, but I know it is quite popular in certain parts of the world, so if you did watch this as a child, then congratulations, you got a series you are familiar with and I'm sure you quite enjoy and hold dear in your heart. And this is, I don't know. So okay, let's talk through the points and then I'll say what I have to say. So as is per usual, you collect points from the event, you can trade it for you know, you can get tickets, you can get points, you can trade it for goodies in the store. That's all good. Those two things there are the character gacha tickets. So the dates on screen right now, the 1st of February until the 7th of February and the 8th of February until the 14th of February are the dates for those in the store. Make sure you buy them, because once they're gone, they're gone. Below that is what will be available daily in the store, which is the power-up tickets, DPS scroll, support scroll, all-rounder scroll. Both for all of those it's silver and gold, so large and medium-sized. And a Dai medal, a Dragon's Emblem medal, a Gomei-chan medal, and a Baran medal, which obviously those are the medals that you need to Jump Awaken Dai, so get those every day. This part here is just telling you what dumbbells are on what days. I have that on the website. All of this is on the website translated. You don't have to listen to me. You can just read it, which, you know, some people prefer to read. So yeah. Down here it's telling you about the event itself. If you have played in the past, you probably, much like me, are just like, yeah, this doesn't really matter. And you would be right. Telling us the type of the event, which of course is all the bosses are going to be physical or orange type. So bring along technique or green type allies. Do I think it's going to matter? No, I do not. You are probably just going to steamroll through this entire event. Here we have the recommended units, which again, much like with the Vegeta raid, makes no sense. They recommend Tachibana Madoka and Kenta Hirano, even though they have type disadvantage because they can block, I guess, but there are other characters that can block, so why recommend those units? I don't know. I don't know. But the idea is Baran does a lot of damage. They say a lot of damage, it's probably not that much, but let's say theoretically it is a lot of damage because we don't know what the event is like yet. You're going to want units that can block, so it recommends Tachibana Madoka, Kyosuke Shikijo, Yamcha, Hisoka Moro, and Kenta Hirano. I personally would use not those units. That's just me. Make whatever team makes you happy, and can also beat it. It also said a little thing at the bottom there. By the way, new unit Pop, who is a character from Dragon Quest that we're going to talk about just down below, is Technique. Bring him along for for a green ally that makes things a little bit easier. So there you go. Pop is obviously the free unit that you can get up to victory in this event. This is all kind of similar sort of thing to what we've been used to. Not a lot has changed recently in these events, just different characters. But in terms of the event structure and format, it's relatively similar. And here, we've got all his skills and his information and stuff. As far as free units go, I think he definitely has some use, especially if you don't have all the top tier optimal units. He's gonna run well with certain teams, he's gonna run well with certain units. Do I think he's a game changer or anything? No, but as far as a free unit goes, he is good. He is legitimately, I would say he was better than Killua is. But again, depends on his stats. Also, which Killua, when he came out, I was thinking, he's not great. There's something there, but he's not great. He could be. And then I saw his stats and I was like, oh, that's really not great. But in this particular instance, Pop's alright. Pop's alright. Potentially could see some use. We'll have to wait and see on his stats. And here we have the information about Dai's Jump Awakening. the medals that you require for him. Again, all of this is on the website translated. If you need to go and reference it at any point, link in the description. And down here we have his stats, which is, in my opinion, one of his strong points. He has a lot of damage. He is a DPS jump unit, which we don't have that many DPS jump units. They are typically all-rounders, although we do have a few support slash healers because of the Christmas event and whatnot. But typically you tend to see all-rounders as the type for the jump units. But we have had a few DPS, but this one in particular is very good. Very good. So make sure if you do pull him, like, he is going to be a candidate for overboost. I don't necessarily know. I think a lot of people are saying, I don't know, he's got good synergy with a lot of the meta units in PvP. That's all I'm saying. So you can make some good shit work here. And down the bottom we have the information about the scene gacha, which obviously is Dragon Quest themed, but includes scenes from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm assuming they only include scenes from Part 5, but it doesn't explicitly say that, so I assume nothing. And Outer Zone will also feature as well. So very nice, all round, very nice event. We'll get some goodies. You'll obviously get the obligatory 50 to 70, no, it's normally like 100. You'll get the obligatory 100 odd orbs from the event. You'll get some new scenes so you can level up. There's some free stamina right there. And maybe you'll pull some new units. Maybe you'll get the character gacha tickets and you'll pull someone new. I don't know, but this video has already gone on way too long and I'm waffling at this point. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to try and get this up before the event drops, which will be whenever I said it drops earlier in the video. Something the 1st of February at 12 o'clock in the afternoon Japan time. That was it. That was off the top of my head. What does it say at the top? Let's have a look. I can't scroll up. It's auto scrolling me down. Let's scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Hey, I got it right. So don't forget to get involved in this event because it's going to be a good one. We'll probably get the information on Mom Sunday, Monday sort of time, just before the event will rotate on Monday, so maybe Saturday, I'm not sure. But we'll get it this weekend. And hopefully we get something else announced, and hopefully this isn't just it. I know that's a little bit, you know, we just got a bunch of stuff announced, but you don't want to get too comfortable. You don't want a Ribbon to be too comfortable. Always be willing to throw in a, you know, a surprise for your fans. So I'm hoping they'll be willing to throw in a surprise here or there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the new event, and I will see you guys next event. Bye.